Okay. I'll call the meeting to order. Young County Commissioners Court sitting in a regular meeting, Monday, April the 10th, 2017. It is 9:30 a.m. I'd like to note that this meeting was posted and published in the manner for the time required, and that all members of the board are present. And if it's convenient, all rise and offer our invocation and our pledge.
Let's pray. Father, we come before you today just thanking you, Father, for your many blessings. Father, we just thank you for this opportunity to serve. Father, we just ask, Lord, that you be with us today in our meeting. I just pray for wisdom. And Father, we just ask that you help us in the decisions that need to be made. Father, we ask, Lord, to be with those around us, Father, that's lost their loved ones. Father, I just pray, Father, that for your healing to take place, Father. Go with us today and guide and direct us, Father. Forgive us where we failed you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. The only public announcement, item number 3 that I actually have today is just to remind everybody of the Young County New Century Veterans Memorial program, project, I guess you could say, kickoff ceremony on the courthouse lawn, April the 27th. Did make a circle or two around the courthouse square Saturday for the Cars Stars event. It looks like it was pretty big, lots of cars. I don't know about the stars, but there's lots of cars.
Lots of folks. It's good.
Does anybody have anything else they can mention, announce, any of the public? If not, we'll move on to item number 4. Consider county clerk minutes from previous meeting, March 27, 2017. Are there any additions, deletions, or corrections?
So moved.
Have a motion by Commissioner Wiley and a second by Commissioner Rogers to accept those minutes as presented. All in favor? Carried 5-0. Consider auditors' budget amendments, payment of vouchers. Ms. Auditor Cheryl.
I don't have amendments, I have vouchers this morning. Total of $80,330.95. And out of the general was $72,980.68.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion by Commissioner Pruitt, second by Commissioner Wiley, to approve vouchers payable as presented. All in favor? Carried 5-0. Have a bullet point underneath there about certification of unexpected revenue, donated money in memory of George Parker. I made a note on there, and in their package, there's a certification from the auditors that money was received, and I believe it was 200
even.
$200.
And it was put in a line in the revenue labeled donations.
Yeah.
And then y'all decide where you want that paid to.
That's pending some further information. I think that maybe the sheriff might, I don't know if you got any information on that today, but he gave us a little report on last
That's Joy
week.
Parker money.
So we proceeded to the
Forward
general.
to that, so we'll decide where that money is to be utilized.
Okay.
Later, at some later here in the near future. So I don't know if there's any need to formally certify. I mean, his funds have been certified and received, so.
There's no way to get to his daughter.
I thought she was the one that said to donate to the sheriff's department.
Is she?
She is. That's
Okay.
why I'm doing what we're doing right now.
Okay.
I also wanted to mention that we did get the new server in, the one that Scott Stalls came and talked to you about, that they're gonna lease to us for $22,000 a year until we get on the cloud. And what, so it was the 22,000, and we had already paid the IT support on that, so they gave us $6,000 credit. So for this year, we only paid $16,500, they prorated it out, so we did not pay the full $22,000.
Okay, you think that the cloud's ever gonna get here?
Yeah, where's the flag? Where's the flag?
Dark cloud, light cloud.
Bluebird skies over
Yeah.
Florida.
Hopefully, but anyway, everything's running a lot faster since we got that in, and I don't think we've had any downtime, have we?
Is that included in the document?
How's our Brazos
Yes,
internet
today.
service coming on?
Great, great.
That's, what's the upload and download speed?
A lot faster than it was. Which isn't saying a whole lot. We were dragging, going down all the time, and
Okay, is dependability been better?
it's, yes, I'd say probably 100% better. I've called and asked about, because the sheriff's department isn't on, because they haven't, Brazos hasn't gone out that way, and she said it's gonna be a while before they get out there. If we can get them on that, it's gonna be wonderful. It'll be a little while.
Did they get that?
No, she didn't, and they didn't. We were lucky that they already had it downtown when we inquired about getting on it, because the banks here were on it. So that's why they could just come through and come to us quickly.
Okay, item number 6. Consider treasurer's financial report updates on security pledge. You have any report? Okay, just an update.
A little over 2 million in next year. 2,600,000 at 654,51.
2.5 million, a little over plus in excess. Got a motion from Mr. Wiley,
Yes, sir.
second by Mr. Pruitt, to approve the updates on security pledges. All in favor?
Aye.
5-0. Item number 7, consider employee bond. That's one on a new employee, I think, in the district clerk's office, Kenny Anderson, at $5,000 customarily. We have a motion.
So moved.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Wiley, second by Commissioner Sipes, to approve such bond as presented on Kenny Anderson, Deputy District Clerk. All in favor?
Aye.
Carried 5-0. Item number 8 is consider Extension Agent Miranda Revel report and request for reimbursement, and also Justin Rogers, $182.90 and $1440.65 respectively. Have any discussion there?
I move we approve those requests for reimbursement.
Commissioner Sipes moves to accept, Rogers second, all in favor? Very good.
Screen, that's our internet right now. You see up there at the top? Upload and download speed,
Okay, yeah.
almost 60 meg on both of them.
It moves, I'm telling you.
Very good. Great, Texas.
It is, very good.
9.20 megs, up 59.30, up 59.30 up and 59.20 down. Good. Okay, let's see. Item number 9, Sheriff's Safety Office. Jump up here and give us a report. This activity report for the jail and sheriff's office.
Yes, sir. This is the one for the jail, the patrol. hang on a minute, man. Let me look at that real quick before I give it to you. If you'll look at this too, we put down here the stats from a year ago at this time. Calls for service was 18 and we have 11 the rest. Now we're reporting 168 calls for service. They even put down the mileage that we drove for that month was almost 14,000 miles. 96 civil processes served, which is quite a bit.
How many vehicles is that on?
That's gonna be on, six
Just
vehicles.
restricted patrol vehicles?
Yes, sir.
How do you account for the difference in service costs?
How do I count?
How do you
the
account
difference?
for the difference?
I think a lot of it is they wasn't getting reported like they should have been.
So they weren't tallied correctly.
Right.
That's a huge difference.
Yeah, it's a big difference. So, and the way that I'm doing it, where if we get a call, we go on it, we document it.
And you should.
Exactly. All right. This is the one for the jail. Right now, today, we have 70 inmates in the jail.
Do you have any from Throckmorton or Haskell County? Yeah.
I think we have some coming from, actually what it is, what we have right now, we're holding one on our charge, and Haskell has a charge on him. So as soon as we get finished with our charge, we're gonna house this guy for them. So. We
Those
still,
only out of county, that's only out of county.
that's the only one that is up to date. You know, and on that patrol, what's the matter?
I like what you did that.
Yeah.
with these two.
On that patrol one, I brought last month's with me, just to show a little comparison. Last month, we had 122 calls for service. And we had 21 arrests last month to the 15 this month.
Some of it just closer to the way up.
How's our inmate medical doing?
So far, pretty good, because, I mean, so far, not too bad. But, we have a person in there right now that kind of concerns me, that it's a mental thing more than anything.
I've got a call.
Yeah.
The other thing I see on this transport and the TDCJ, they are doing the report, they're filing reports now so we can get reimbursed.
Right, we get it reimbursed for those, which, I don't know why we hadn't been doing that before, but 'cause I think we've been getting the checks, at least 2 or 3 checks every month for reimbursements.
That's a plus.
Yes, sir. And we are still looking for Mr. Dunlap.
That's average, 2,318 miles per vehicle.
That's good, they're out being seen.
Our visibility is one of the best deterrents.
Yes, sir.
I didn't get no staff. How'd you come to a cost on the Class C?
That's where I was 45,
$45 a day, per day.
89 days.
Well,
And I hadn't figured up his, how he was totaling all that up yet, but
3 days is a little bit more than $93.
yeah.
Not in the previous other one.
That's only $31, isn't it?
one of those questions from school. At 3 and 3
Right.
days.
Yeah, but you never thought you'd have to use it again?
Yeah. So you go 3 divided into.
Yeah, we still like one more being fully staffed in the jail.
How's the new patrol officer working?
She's doing good. She's in her 3rd week, so she's been doing pretty good. No complaints.
Also, I want to make a comment on the new inmate work program
I don't know if I got
supervisor.
that either.
He's doing a very good job.
I've heard, you know, and he's only been doing it for, this will be his 2nd week starting off, so he's hit the ground running.
He's doing a good job.
That's what I got.
I don't know how he figured it
He
up,
didn't figure it out.
but it's more than what, whenever they said $90-something.
You're going 45, but it's like more.
But both of those figures, not $31 a day. No.
That's why I got $31.
Yeah, I will ask him to refigure that, and I'll find out from him exactly how he figured it. Because I was just $45 a day.
Unless you have one inmate stay 1 day. One
Well,
inmate stay
it could have
3.
been, but a lot of times they'll come in there and they'll stay 1 day and then, well, in fact, we had one the other day that stayed there just for a day.
Because if you do them all
Then they
at
gave
one
time
time,
served.
you give them all at one time, it's gonna get different
Right.
stats.
Just count the days.
I think the point here though is that the guy said misdemeanor is what's eating their lunch.
Well, what I'm saying, there's a cost to what we're doing.
Yeah.
I don't know how many of
It
those
costs
are
extra.
extra arrests, how many municipal ones.
I agree with Mr. Wiley.
No, I mean, we could find out. I would say that every one of them that come in here are gonna be warrants. I don't see a lot of Class C arrests on you.
I mean, all you'd have is PIs or
Right.
sort of.
Okay, you got it, all the windows fixed?
Nope.
Nope, still working on those?
Actually, they are, he wanted to do them Friday and I wouldn't give him the inmates to do them because we were doing something else. We are, and that, I'm fixing to have to leave pretty quick after I get through here and go work on some other stuff we got going on, so.
Does the inmate work crew do most all the cleaning in the SO and the jail?
They do all of the cleaning. We have a crew that comes up in the mornings and does the administration part of it. And then during the day, they do all the meals, do the jail itself. We have zero movement at night.
Yeah. Okay.
So everybody's doing it during the day and we're getting it done. But we're gonna use the work crew to put the windows in. We've got them ordered. I mean, they're already in the Sally Port waiting on us to put them in. So, getting ready for our inspection coming up next month.
They'll be unannounced, I guess, but someday next month.
Sometime next month.
Yeah.
I'm ready. So, anyway, that's this month. That's all I had. I'll see if we can work up the correct numbers on that. I'd kind of like to know too, where he got his
Yeah.
figures.
At least you know we're staying awake.
Okay, very good.
Thank you, Sheriff. Thank you for the numbers.
Keep it up.
He did? Well, apparently he did calculate it at 31 a day, and I don't know why, but he did.
Yeah.
I'll find out. So we figured it's costing us 42 something a day or something. I think you said 42 a day.
I've been intending to put my pencil to it here lately, but I haven't done that, so.
Well, he told me though that it was $42 a day, $42.50 for us to feed them every day. So,
Very good.
but I'll ask him why he said 31.
Okay.
Thanks.
Uh-huh.
Skip 10 minutes.
He's gonna be my phone.
11.
2011. That's you.
Item number 11, discuss the city court bailing out attendance residence bathroom repair quotes and estimates.
And I did turn that into the insurance, and I got, he called the other day and he sent the paperwork. And they approved the $1,273. Of course, it was $1,000 deductible, so they're sending us a check for $273. But he said if the costs were more than that, turn them in, and they would look to see why and reconsider, so.
Very good.
So we got several bids. They're all pretty much the same. The By Design is the cheapest, and I sat down with him and really went through each and everything. The floor is damaged from the water, and then also above the bath, the walls above it is also damaged. And one reason why the cost is more is before they didn't take into consideration that we have that heater in there. And so if any work is done in that bathroom, they have to remove it. And so when you get into removing the bathtub to repair the floors, that tile is going to be broken up anyways, and that tile goes all the way around the bathroom. And so they have to go into that wall, and so the cost is more to repair that wall. And so they were going to just put like bead board around it in place of where that tile is.
Is this just considering an imposed,
I think so. I mean, it's just a drop-in, I think is what they call it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just,
A regular tub.
yeah, it's just a regular.
Just shower curtain.
Yes. With tile, and I think the tile, we went through the cost, back and forth trying to figure out what we're not going, I told them not regular natural stone because it's way more expensive. But the tile is like between $5 and $7 per square foot.
I'm assuming this is going to be fiberglass.
I think it's,
Not saying. It says steel.
well, Monty says steel, but the ones we were looking at, I think it's fiberglass or acrylic or whatever. I can't remember exactly what it was. I looked at Lowe's for this tub, and they run anywhere from like $550 to $667 is what he has. But I found one for a little bit cheaper than that.
Because his 1,500 feet steel tub.
Well, yeah, and we don't need a steel tub.
No.
I mean, that's what's in there, and I think that's why he
Oh,
did that. It's
right.
already a steel tub,
He
so.
probably, let's see. He didn't really break that down, but I'm assuming that replacing the steel tub's gonna be the tub later too.
Yes. And then, are you looking at Monty's?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, he,
A little bit cheaper, not much.
By Design is the,
6747. 6747. 63.
the,
Absolutely, go through it.
Right here. I think.
yeah, that one, where it says 117. That is, we were looking at the counter. Right there. So that 17, what we have, I put both of them in, well, the 117, or 17, 18, it's just a different countertop because he had this other one and there was a cheaper one, and so I had him put the price of that one down. We looked at the, I guess Formica, the ones that are in there, and they're actually more expensive because the way they have to put them in and cut them and all that. So it was actually more expensive than this one. I do have a picture of what the By Design was looking at, if y'all wanted
Well,
to see that.
if you had talked to Monty Johnson and asked them, instead of the deep steel tub at 15, and they got the tub for $667,
Mhm.
that's gonna make them under $6,000.
Mm. Yeah.
A lot of
You know what I'm saying?
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have his old bid and he went up on everything by several $100s on everything.
But that old bid was from last year, wasn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah, so I'm sure everything's going on.
Yeah. And this, the By Design, they actually gave us a discount because Sherry has had a lot of work done from them, so a referral discount would have been also from work that she had done for them.
You know, there's only two of these that talk about replacing the sheet rock. And two of them
Which
don't
one?
talk about replacing the sheet rock.
On which one?
There's two of them that talk about replacing sheet rock. We've got Henderson talking about replacing sheet rock, and so does Dalton talking about replacing sheet rock.
And I have pictures from
But the other two doesn't talk about, it says repairs,
Yeah,
but it don't say anything about removing the sheet rock and replacing it or anything else.
these.
It says repair, replace floor and subfloor.
No.
It's the half sheet rock underneath there now. Backerboard.
it's all tile.
Is it backerboard?
No, and that's what he was saying is, sheet rock.
No, behind the tile sheet.
Yeah, it's, so all of that, it doesn't have what they use now, so whenever you take
So
that
it's back
tile
where
off,
you're
it's
talking
just gonna fall apart.
It's just waterproof sheet rock or something.
Yeah, and that's
Concrete
grease.
looking stuff.
This is like paper stuff.
Oh,
I mean, it's
regular
like,
sheet rock.
like
yes,
green
it's,
How long has it
it's
been back
just
there?
a long
A
time.
long time?
And all of that's molded and the tiles are falling out.
That's what'll happen after a long time.
I don't
As long as
know.
we can remember.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
I've repaired thousands.
I know the floor, I guess the floor had been redone with whenever y'all put in the floor at last. But the problem with that in there is it's not waterproof, and anytime any kind of water gets in there, it's loosening it up. So they don't know what they're gonna get into once they get underneath that, and so they're allowing for the floor joists if they need to replace that. Now, they may not need to, it may just be the subfloor, but they're not sure. And I think that's what Henderson, he was telling me that he was allowing for more for that.
$1,100 or so. Higher than
Yes.
next time.
He's about 500, I think, isn't he?
Huh?
He's about 500 higher than what.
Well, he's 500 higher than Dalton, but he's,
Who's this designing kitchen and
But
bathroom?
those two-
It's
those
right
two
here
talk
on the
about
square.
sheet rock.
They've been here for about 3 years. They're the ones that have actually went in, looked at everything, and
Werner's a poor bid.
like showed pictures of what it would look like and everything. So they were really nice, and they were actually about 8,000, but I went through there and said, you know, we don't need a new vanity. We can take that vanity out and just rebase it. It doesn't need to be all of it replaced, because I mean that's a whole nother $1,000 or so. So I went through with him, and you know, they had in for to replace the toilet. There's no need to replace the toilet. The toilet's just fine.
Are you saying the sink and vanity's in good shape?
Well, I mean, the vanity, it's old, but we can take the doors off of it. I mean, it's solid wood, so it can be, we can refurbish that on our own.
Yeah.
I think Amber's saying she's considering the county's expenses.
Yes.
When she-
I'm trying,
She would rather have the bathroom that she's trying to work towards than a pie in the sky not getting
She
it.
spent more time in that bathroom than the last one, looking at what.
trying to figure out the cheapest way to do it.
So we need to decide how much money we want to spend on it.
Right. I mean, I wish there was, I mean, I would love to be able to go in there and not use the labor for everybody else, but, you know, in the past, we talked to Monty and we tried to talk to them about helping them to bring down costs. But he didn't actually come out this time and,
Cheryl, what's,
So you talking about?
what's the budget look like?
because this has.
There's not a lot
It's not
in-
up to code.
Building repair, I mean, I think, how much are those bids? I didn't see
Well,
them.
about $7,000.
Now.
An average.
It'd be
Yeah.
something we'd have to
Yeah.
probably
Cause that,
use
that's all broken
contingency
up
money
and molded,
for.
and then it also has just the regular. No, you can't.
What
We use the
kind of-
principal building.
It's out of,
So we have repaired,
it's out of code. They have, any kind of work, if you do any kind of work, they all have to say,
What is this, what is this?
taken out and capped. Oh, we don't need it, that's central.
Let me
It's,
go- I
it's
don't know.
just.
Little
some-
gas heater?
Yeah, it's,
It needs to
it's,
go
Pull that
away.
button.
it's just capped off already, but because if you do any work, because they're not up to code, so they have to be removed. Anytime there's any kind
It
of,
just gets central room.
I'm sorry,
Right on what?
up to code.
Back
The
then,
heaters, the heaters, so they have to be
This
removed.
one is old.
They got central that anyway.
Yeah.
Has an old gas.
State does.
Yes.
Yeah, we do have code of road commission. Those have been discontinued for a long time.
Those, non-thermostatically controlled gas heaters have precipitated lack of insurance on homes for years now. I mean, those old Dearborn heaters that a lot of us was raised with are no longer compliant at all.
Yeah.
That bathroom stays. All you need to do is
Is it
take a
warm?
shower and it gets warm, so I mean, we're not.
Okay.
We keep, we actually keep the window open there most of the time.
A small electric space heater would warm the bathroom up before you used it.
We don't need, yeah, we definitely don't need that.
I'm just glad Jim takes a shower.
Sometimes, no, I'm just.
Whenever she kicks me in there, it's time.
Do we need to decide on the contractor or the amount of money we're going to spend?
If we're gonna fix it, I would say the contractor proposal there.
Okay, so you don't think we could just set a budget of $7,000 and let the caretaker fix the bathroom for that amount?
Well, yeah, I guess we could do that also.
Let her do her negotiating stuff on it?
Been working on it. Since 11 o'clock last night, I was calling people because they were taking their time getting
Seems like she
bids.
understands that every dollar saved is a dollar.
Yeah,
So,
so let her make it.
it's making me sick to my stomach just to see what it costs,
That
because
was a lawnmower mower.
it's wonderful. And I'm very, very appreciative of that.
You got
It
lights on
does
it?
look like a golf
Yes,
golf
oh my
course.
gosh,
Here she's
reminds
She
me-
mowed at night?
Yeah, she.
Oh, I turned the lights on
yeah.
it. Me and Ava got on it the other day and we turned the lights on and it is
I
very.
would probably be careful about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't tell us that.
Anyway, that light's on.
On the building repair, we only budgeted $1,000 in there, and there's 179 left. Let's see if there's anywhere we got. That budget was cut so short this year. There's 300 right there. Office supplies, there's 300.
And what do we have in courthouse maintenance and repairs?
Oh, to use that?
That or the contingency, one or the other?
I'm thinking the contingency would be the best, and I think we still have quite a bit in there. We've dwindled it down a little bit here and there, what I've moved out, but I can go pull that to see what actually remaining in there. If there would be, what'd you say, 7,000?
Well, I said that's what the bids are.
Around that, there would be 7,000 in contingency.
Good decision maker.
Looks like about 6,800 up to 8,000.
Yeah.
I would move that we allow a budget of $7,000 to repair the bathroom at the caretaker's house at Fort Belknap,
I'll second that.
under the control
I'm not gonna charge
of
us.
the caretaker.
You make the decision.
Thank you.
Are your responsibilities? Take care of our money.
We'll definitely do that. On another note, I did call, I contacted A&M about the Grape Arbor. I've been really trying to, track down some people, and there is a Dr. Schreiner at A&M. He is gonna come down during the springtime, and he's gonna get measurements and try and, get something together. He specializes in the grapevine that is there.
He's gonna try to design a,
Yes,
structure to support.
yes, he says that they're looking because
Trellis systems and so forth.
they're here, that might be the biggest in Texas,
Yeah.
and then there might be one in
He
California.
said if he thinks this is the biggest grapevine in Texas, if it is the biggest grapevine in Texas, that makes it the third largest in the nation, behind California and South Carolina, which makes it in the running for 5th or 6th in the world.
In the world.
So we could also, we're gonna also try and get a historical marker for
Is he
it.
saying that is one grapevine?
Well, he knows that it's the way, because how they,
How they grow?
yeah, he knows that there's more than one actual vine there.
It's the
But
arbor itself.
the whole arbor itself being in consideration, and considering what's already died off of it, that's what he's looking at. And he was just fascinated. He was so appreciative that she contacted him to do that. He's like the lead horticulturalist. He specializes in viticulture and all this stuff.
He does actually all of it. He actually does engineering as well, so he's got all of it.
That's kind of his things built out of grapevines. I didn't know that was a profession, but that's kind of where he's making all his money at. So that's the only thing that's ever been good.
Oh my gosh.
I think the safest way to secure that is with pipe and nuts and bolts.
And we
No welds,
do,
no at all.
we do also have,
Because it's easier to, and that's one of the things he said, it'd be easier to replace it.
Yeah, sure, well, just take off the nut and
The
bolt.
thing he wants to do is come in first with some folks to get all the dead stuff out to lighten the load on that structure. And his idea, just from looking at pictures, is to come in and put a structure
underneath.
just underneath what's there,
And lower it down to.
pull the structure out that's already there and let it settle. Where
Because it's
at.
not entwined, it's actually done really good. I mean, the way the wires are, it's kept it from going around the pipe. So
Right.
that makes it so much easier to pull that out rather
That's prune
than.
you this much
The
on the land.
end, the end result I would like to see is to have a historical marker there that is just for the Grape Arbor, with the family reunions that have been under there, the history on its own, separate from the fort.
Like I said, Fort Belknap winery there.
I think everybody- so-
Well, we do have people every year come in there like crazy.
Don't forget Burl Cox.
Oh, yeah, no, not, and that's, there's two ways you go about that. You can do a congregational marker or a structural marker. I would really like to do a structural marker. That's why we gotta get this guy in, because if we change it, then there might be some issues with the historical.
Has he just looked at pictures, he actually been down?
He hasn't come down, he's coming, he said he comes up to North Texas, I don't know, once a month, and he said next time he comes up, he's gonna come by.
Said definitely during the spring.
Yeah, work out a plan with us, so.
Did he mention anything about cost or funding or anything like that?
That's what we're
Well,
working on.
and what I told him was, we wanted, since this is a historical place and we're the only fort run by the county, we want to do this cheap or free.
Well, and that's kind of like the cemetery. Whenever you have a student that's trying to get their doctorates or their masters,
Okay, just
they,
for the court's information, we went through this here.
Yeah, we did, but-
About 6 years ago, something like that, and we had an estimate on a lattice structure
Oh, yeah.
to go under their support that came in at about $15,000, I think.
yeah, we had a local guy come in and say that
That
piping,
wasn't erected, that was just the
Just the
structure.
structure itself.
yeah. He said the piping probably what was gonna be like
Well,
$20,000.
hopefully find out it has some sort of historical value and designation to it. There might be some money up there.
That's what I
Well,
was thinking.
and seeing,
Exactly where I was.
I also had, I'd called, NCTC just to see if they had any engineers or anything that had graduated from there, teachers. And a man came out and they said that they would actually like to get their church congregation to come out there And we were kind of brainstorming that along with A&M, have it almost like a mission where, so labor cost, if that would keep it down and people pay just to help with that alone. And then maybe have people donate materials as well. Because it means so much to the community. He was really excited to talk to his church and see what could be done. So also seeing about donations on materials and stuff.
How did tech work out? You said they were done this weekend?
Yeah. They did a lot of work this week.
Was that a grave where we were?
Yes, it was.
Was?
And she didn't get to go, she was gonna pull a stone just to see, but they also found 4 places that looked like graves. And just by digging, I mean, they could tell, because you dig a rectangle for a grave, the dirt's darker the way they work it. But they also found some headstones that were like 5 inches underground. And I mean, when they find a headstone like that, it takes them hours to get it out because they're scraping it.
They're archaeologically doing.
I mean, it is, and they sifted through,
They didn't leave until
it was about 10 o'clock last night.
10 o'clock last night. They left.
But this girl's wrapping up, and they've got another girl that's coming in to finish the project up, because this girl's moving to New Zealand to be an archaeologist. So, but anyway, it's, we'll get it should be early summer, we should get all the maps and all that stuff, so.
And I think they actually helped us out with the hog problem, smoothing out some of the,
Yeah.
where the hogs dug.
They raked that cemetery. They took go through and take layer grass off, and then they just rake it as smooth as they can.
Messed up my grass out there. Oh, good, when I went out there the other day. I was pretty excited because the grass grew back and it looked really pretty out there. I have to go out there and do it again.
Well, County Boys did a pretty good job in that field, huh?
Yeah, y'all did. It looks, oh my gosh, a million times better.
Yeah.
It actually does look like a cemetery.
It does.
And I actually went through and trimmed trees. It looked like y'all trimmed some trees. Or maybe I just
Yeah,
took
it's still got away.
It did, maybe it just the fence a little.
Well, we removed them on that corner, didn't we? We removed them on that corner.
Well, yeah, and so I went through and I'm trying to get it to where it's all one
Right.
path through there. But I got ate up by ants.
We need to get it painted too.
I'm sorry,
We need to get it painted too.
Painted,
I think it looks beautiful.
painted black.
I like the way it looks.
Rusty look.
I do,
Patina on the
I
fence.
do.
Rusty look looks good, but it rusts us.
Paint primer,
Paint primer.
Yeah, red wood, yeah.
Or put primer gray.
That's not.
I got a fence around my house, once you paint it the first time, it does look bad when it starts peeling. If you ever paint it once, you better be ready to paint it.
Yeah,
Before
kind of
I like
heard
the way it
the natural metal lasts just probably as long as the paint.
Before I painted it, I would go and get me a bunch of vinegar. I'd wipe it down with vinegar first.
Etching.
Okay, we've got a motion on the table here by Mr. Sipes, and second by Mr. Pruitt. Set a budget of $7,000 for bathroom repair and remodel, and to be under the direction of the resident attendants at Fort Belknap.
And they had to be taken out of contingency. Is that correct?
Funds from contingency.
Yes, sir.
Say attendant, let's not make that flow. That's her.
Kevin. You can sign whoever you want to. She's a caretaker too, she got to pay checks.
That's what I told them about the arbor. I said, we need an engineer or
Engineer,
horticulture.
horticulturalist, and construction. She goes, and then we need a team leader, and I said, that's you.
That's you.
Don't mind you.
All in favor of that motion?
Aye.
Okay, very good.
Thank y'all very much.
We'll have
Thank y'all for the
$7,000
lawnmower.
Spend it wisely.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'll be posting a copy of those too.
Okay.
If you come back asking for money, it's better.
I'm done.
It's important.
I'm done. Unless believe me, you can see my face. I really didn't want to have to come in here at all.
It's 10 16 a.m. We'll move to item number 10 for the opening of bids of Bobtail truck and prospective financing of the same. That be the case.
Okay, I have two bids, one from Circle D Trucks out of Abilene. Sealed envelope inside of the sealed envelope, that's why I brought this. Oh, sorry.
And the morning.
And the let's open them, I was gonna get a winner. And I'll let Commissioner Starks look that over.
That one, the first one was from who?
Circle D out of
Circle D.
Abilene, Texas. This other one is from Summit Truck out of Wichita Falls.
You know, I've done business with Circle D.
I have to.
Yeah, I think they,
And that's Summit.
Summit Truck.
yes.
What's the thing about pocket? What's the thing about?
53,055. $53,055. 323,000.
Yes, sir.
And Mike sold two trucks previously in the auction and $11,000 in those two, so we'll have that for them, I guess.
What's that? Summit.
43,450. 2006 with 396,000. I had been in conversations with both these parties about these trucks. And having looked at both of them physically, I believe I prefer the $53,000 truck from Circle D because of condition, mileage, equipment, has a cat motor, 10-speed floor. Still has air ride suspension. The hydraulics on it is very clean.
Got a low pro 25 tires on it.
No, it's an international.
You gotta finance the whole.
We'll put the $11,000 down on it. And finance the 42,000.
Man, are you also looking for
Just give a down payment of $11,055.
$11,000?
Make it even 43,000. 42,000.
300 something.
I put $11,055 down on it.
And make all of that.
International got 396. The one I prefer to buy is 329.
329.
Yeah, with a Caterpillar engine. Got a Cat. I have to tell you, some of that is involved the fact that my guys got more experience with Cat engines than they do with Acura engines. Maybe we say that to the county. Spacey's Max is probably the one.
Man, are you looking for truck too?
Yeah, no, that's what I was looking at, that Summit one. It's got a little bit bigger motor.
I don't know about that.
I know, I've heard bad
I know
things
we
about
know
Max.
I know where we know all the filters.
Right, I agree. I bet we do before the closed session. I know the one from Summit had more.
430.
Yeah. And 13 feet.
I'm looking at that. Don't go over there and start calling me.
That's not a bad price.
So 2006, that was 2007.
How much was that 2006, 43?
43,
450.
And it had more miles.
397,000 miles.
Those mileage difference there are really fairly insignificant for those diesel engines.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Your model and the fact that it's cat, you pay a little bit of premium for the cat motor.
Matt, do you want a copy of that other bid?
I think that's a 14-foot bed.
Another one's 15.
It's got a longer bed on it.
It's good, it's good. He wants that. Yeah.
Mike, do you need copies of those?
Yeah. Driven the Circle D truck, driven one similar to the Summit bid. They sold that particular truck before we made any decisions, so I have not driven that particular truck.
Have any rattles?
Dump truck, 10 years old. Had a little bit of a problem with an overhead light inside. That was fixable. They're all nice and clean things.
And his air ride too.
It's air right, yeah. I talked to Summit the day we put those out for bid, and that truck was not available at that time. It's something that's come up recently. I would like to move that the court allow me to buy the Circle D truck.
Second.
2007 International.
I'll second.
53,000.
Going after Circle D.
Are you good?
Oh,
Jimmy's gonna be racing to it.
53, 055.
53,055, yes, sir.
Okay. You want to say anything, including thing in that motion about finance down?
Yes, we go ahead and authorize financing with American National Leasing with an $11,055 down payment, finance the balance.
At a 1.5 interest rate.
11,005.
$11,055.
Finance balance with American National.
Yes, sir.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Accordingly, you would please state that further? Okay, we've got a motion by Commissioner Syed, second by Commissioner Pruitt to accept the Circle D bid for the 2007 International bobtail truck, and include financing with that, $11,055 paid down and the balance financed with American National Leasing. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All in favor? Carried 5-0.
What was it, 06 or 07?
07. You guys know the reason for going back to '07, it's the last year without death, so we won't have to keep death.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the only thing that
I'll make
yeah.
I'll make you all copies.
I've got international, that's the only thing I know. Electrical.
They're strong. Well, that was the one concern. I consulted my crew pretty heavily on what they would prefer mechanically, and they use their experience and all this stuff, and the international bodies, the electrical system is probably the most unreliable thing they can think of about it. But when they looked at the drive line and the air ride system and this one had the pintle hitch, had the swivel pintle hitch on it also, and had 22.5 tires on it,
Low pro.
which we have, we're trying to standardize all of our tires out there, so we've always got spares. So those are the plus things with the year model and the mileage and the cat motor. Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, moving on, item number 14. Discuss and consider any burn restrictions that may be necessary. Applicable or,
I think we got a week with 3 days predicted to have a little bit of moisture in it.
yeah, we might have a storm this afternoon sometime.
We welcome.
Everything greened up pretty good.
We burned a huge brush pile this last week out on East Side Lake Road on the curve where we piled all that brush. It took a while to get the thing started,
Yeah.
and it certainly wasn't going anywhere because it was surrounded by mud. We bogged down several times just trying to push it up together, so. I think right now if anybody has control burners to do, they need to be done before it's too summery and too windy and too dry.
It's always windy.
We already burnt the pile out there on the Smiths too. Who ran through the fence on the curb?
Where at?
On the curb?
On
Rough road. Mr. Smith.
I don't really know.
I said, neither, they pulled in there. I said, y'all see where the people ran through the fence? They just barely missed that tree right there.
Between the corner and the street?
Yep. It was a small vehicle, it was like a car, because it was underneath that top wire.
When that.
Are you suggesting the nut judge has knowledge of it?
I know, that's what I was thinking.
Why would he know?
Yes.
Can we call for a,
It's probably the break back,
we can adjourn.
well,
No, we got-
right at the rain, right before the rain. I guess maybe there. But it looked like they figured out what they did, they went to put the brakes on, they went right into it. The fence is still tore up unless he fixed it. We went out there and put some reflectors up, and I put a curb sign up on one side. Got to go out there and try and get some more.
break.
Yes, sir.
No action on burn ban.
That road, little pickup one.
No action. Okay, we'll be in recess for about, we'll actually be in recess for about 30 minutes.
Okay, 11 o'clock, then we're back.
And at such time, we'll be in open session, Thomas. But then we'll go right straight into a closed session. We're gonna lock the doors, not let anybody in.
So there's no point in me coming back.
Yeah. We'll come back, I don't know how long that'll take, but, there'll be no action, of course, in closed session. Probably no action in the open. Okay, very good. Young County Court now be back in session with item number 12. This is pending litigation with attorneys present. It is 11:02, and we'll now be in closed session. If you will, please, Cheryl. Okay. We've been in closed session since 11:02 a.m. It is now 12:14 p.m. We're out of closed session. We're back in open session. We've had a discussion with regard to possible litigation to regard attorneys, Scanlon and Cass Wyland. Is there any motion that any commissioner wish to make at this time?
I would move that we proceed with allowing our counsel to enter mitigation on this case to settle, regardless of what we think the right and wrong of this case is.
For a second to that.
I'll second.
We've got a motion by Commissioner Sykes and a second by Commissioner Wiley to authorize Stan and Cass to move forward with the appropriate pathway to settlement prior to trial in this possible litigated matter. All in favor? Okay, carried. 4-0, 5-0.
I think it should be 4-0, shouldn't it?
Should be 4-0.
Do you think?
I would think that he'd need to abstain.
You understand?
Yeah, probably would be a good idea.
Don't y'all think that needs to be what it needs to do?
That's 4-0-1.
How about 4-0 vote instead of 5-0?
401.
4-0-1.
4-0-1. Abstaining vote is in the same instance as a member not present. Okay. Is there any other matter of the court that needs to be taken up? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? 2-5-0.